Hello, I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and today I wanted to make a guide on the High-Risk Scorpion Sentinel battle in the Weapon Enhancement Rally Event. And the battle itself, it has recommended power of 1/400,000, which is not very high, and it should be accessible to everyone. However, if you want to clear out the gold shop in this event, then you have to get an S on the first clear, which is not very hard because you only need 162,000 score, so it's fine. However, if you want to farm this battle for the silver medals, then ideally you want to get the highest score for that best reward, or very close to that, to get that at least 1000 silver medals per run. As for the boss itself, the Scorpion Sentinel is the same boss as we know him, so he's weak to ice and thunder. And also you can reduce its physical and magical defense for more damage. Also you can inflict some ice resistance debuff or thunder resistance debuff. There are multiple characters with that. However, I also recommend bringing something to debuff its magical attack. Physical attack is something you can deal with, but that tail laser, it hits surprisingly very hard. As for the team I'll be using, it's my standard team, so Cloud, Sephiroth and Zack. Zack will be my healer, and that twinkling star, it allows me to heal with the all cure slot, but also it can debuff physical defense, and most importantly it can debuff the magical attack of the boss, which is very important. So it doesn't matter which character you'll be using, whether it's another healer like Mats or Aerith, just bring something on any of the characters to reduce the magical attack for this tail laser. But also Zack has the mana ward to nullify the debuff, because Scorpion Sentinel will inflict a magical defense debuff. It will be quite a big one because it will be up to 5 stacks, so it just helps a little bit. Also to curas, because the bottom one is the AoE cura and this one is the target one. So all the other are just heal slots. And then I have Cloud with the Murasame, and everything else is just stat sticks and Ramu. And also just some sub weapons to give me as much of the physical attack as I can. But also I suggest to have your characters at least 7000 HP. Also Sephiroth, my edged wings is slowly growing. But also it's just ice costume, edged wings, and all the other slots are just stat sticks to give me that 7000 HP and as much magical attack as I could. But yeah, I don't have any ice sub weapons for him, so I just try to substitute with whatever I have. But also, I would have forgotten, you can use other characters. For example, Nanaki has Seaside Color, and you can really nicely reduce that thunder resistance. Also, I think Lucia has a good thunder weapon now. You have a lot of alternatives here. And also, Lucia is a good ice DPS as well, because she has that Bold Eagle. So you have many options for this battle. It just depends on the characters you want to use. Alright, for the fortune cards, take always the high risk that doesn't have a magical defense debuff. Physical defense is fine, heal is fine, but take anything that doesn't have magical defense. Alright, at the very beginning of the battle, I'll be switching to Zack to control him, to make sure he applies that magical magical attack debuff, because that tail laser is coming very soon, and also Cloud is getting targeted, so I am trying to nullify that magical defense debuff as much as I can. However, the beginning of the battle, it's just that big attack that could kill one of your characters if you are not careful. However, just after Scorpion Sentinel enters the barrage mode, then he gets very weak to any attacks, so that's when you really enter that DPS phase to get as much points as you can. Here, just survive, and ideally you have to heal the characters to as much to max HP, but here missile barrage mode, and this is when the Scorpion Sentinel gets very weak to all attacks. So that means your DPS starts. But yeah, I always control the characters. And if you can, for example with Zac, Zac is also my debuffer, I always try to apply those debuffs. And remember, always on those big attacks, those charging attacks, switch to defense. But as you can see, it's just the boss itself isn't very hard, but because of those debuffs, the fortune card debuff, he hits a lot. But just try to do as much DPS. If you have the time and the ADB, try to debuff the boss for a little bit more damage, and always try to get those limit breaks, the Shifa and Ramu. But here, again, I'm just trying to debuff because we have 3 seconds left. And it should be fine. Also, even if the battle time hits 0 and you hit that attack just before that, it will not end. So you'll still have the time to hit your summons or limit breaks. However, because of Zac or any of your healers, because they have to use the ADB on heals, they will not be able to get their own limit break because the battle is so short. However, it should be a fine score. Yeah, it's 1.5 million, so it's fine. We only need a little bit over 1 million, so it's perfect for that. However, this is how the battle looks like. So all you have to do is bring that magical attack down, that debuff, just against that tail laser, and then some heals, ideally as much as you can, so you don't have to waste all your ADB on the heals. So you can also apply some debuffs as well for more damage, but that's pretty much how the battle is. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next one.